This is a Dell Dimension L1000R. This is a Windows Millennium Edition style PC. But the special thing about it is that it was designed for Windows 2000 Professional, Windows NT Workstation 4.0, and Windows 98, the good old classic OS that we all know and love. Of course, this machine has probably a pretty interesting story to tell. Now, I found this thing for $20 on Marketplace, and as far as I know, it was sold as is, but has the motherboard and power supply inside. Just from looking at it right now, it looks like it's missing our CD drive. We got a floppy disk here at least, and there is a floppy disk in it that all it says is Sony. So we're just gonna do that. This is a pretty cool PC. You'll see on the back that it looks like we have some sort of Netgear card of some sort. Not really sure what that is. Maybe an audio device plugged in there, or an Ethernet port, I would assume. Got our printer port, VGA, serial port, I assume. And what's surprising enough is USB, and then our PS2 mouse and keyboard, and then power supply in. Yeah, so pretty cool looking PC. I mean, it's got all the original stickers. It's got our license key sticker and our service code sticker, which is kind of amazing. This thing is just in really nice condition. Would like to keep it around for as long as I can. Without further ado, let's dive right into this. Let's go ahead and take off our side panel, our little slider at the top out, and this whole panel come right off. I'm gonna have to tip it up a little bit, just like that. I'm gonna try to be extremely careful with the plastics, because the plastics could be frail. They could not be. There it is. That is the innards of our system. There's really not much here. I mean, there's a little bit. There's still really not that much though. I think this is not the original power supply, of course. And it looks like we can kind of gently, easy there, move this out. No, this is an original power supply. Check this out. So it's upside down, but that says Dell on it. I'm assuming that's what came with it. Kind of crazy, not gonna lie. So what else we got going on here? We got our CPU down there, which should be an Intel Pentium 3. Got our cards down there. And our hard drive, I believe, has went right up here. We don't even have the caddy, so trying to get a hard drive to work in this is going to be probably challenging. Without further ado, we will most certainly try to do that. So probably pretty cool documentation here from when the computer was last used. There's a CMOS battery down there that's dated 2011. The last time that battery was probably changed, which is really cool. This thing's probably been offline probably for a couple of years now, or at least played with or not used for quite some time, I'm sure. But that's still pretty crazy though that battery was last changed out in 2011. I just can't get over that. We got our floppy drive right there. Well, what I would like to do is get it all cleaned up if we can. I'm not going to change the thermal paste because I know it's probably not good, but I'm also not going to worry about it. We're definitely going to change that CMOS battery. I actually might tape that old CMOS battery in there somewhere, just as, you know, a little piece of history that came with this computer. Well, I want to get this cleaned out. We'll go from there. So this is my Mag Innovation, I believe exactly the year 2000 CRT monitor. Unfortunately, I don't know nothing about it right at the moment, and this is really my first time I'm ever trying to see if this works as well, and we got the perfect computer to test it on. I also got a Philips Brilliance 107p Lightframe 2 back there that I actually have never powered on before. Can't wait to see if that one's gonna work too. So hopefully that one does. I collect a lot of CRTs, at least just a couple of them. This is, I'm at the max where I'm not gonna collect any more. but if I see one for a good price, I'm gonna pick it up. CRT plugged in and heard it come on there. I'm gonna push our power button. Oh yes, I heard the static. Awesome. Picture doesn't look too bad on there. Gotta clean up the screen a little. Yeah, picture looks great. Now you guys might see a little bit of a flickering motion. There really is not much I can do about that, so fair warning there. But let's get our good old Dell plugged in here. Well, there's only really one way for this to go, and that is to nothing. There it goes. Oh, I heard beeps, clicks. There it is. Look at that. Okay. Fan doesn't sound too good in there. I don't know if that's this one. Yeah, that's definitely that fan. That fan is not sounding too good, but maybe it'll be okay. And then this is, that's all working pretty good there, I think. I assume so. Yeah, I did not hear a floppy drive engage there. And it does say insert boot disk into A, which means it's got to be plugged in, and it looks like it is. So we may have a bad floppy drive, but I have an abundance of those. So, and I can actually steal them out of one of my computers that I have and put it in there. And hopefully, I think they're pretty much universal when it comes to that. Even the little door comes down. I like that. And then we can maybe find out what's on this mystery floppy disk too. But I'll leave it in there for now. We just gotta pop a hard drive into it and see if we can get Windows Millennium Edition installed on it. I think that would be the first task at hand. See if I can get myself a copy. I really want to do Windows 98. We might do Windows 98 first, but would like to get myself a copy of Millennium Edition as well. I know nobody really likes Millennium Edition. I know, I understand. But I still would like to get the original edition that did come with this system back in the day. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure power's down. There we go. Turn that off as well. I will say, this Dell had me a little bit scared there at first when I pushed the power button and nothing happened. That scared me just a little bit. But we have a Dell that is probably, the L1000R is probably right around the year 2000, I think. Like, right around exactly that year. That's literally 26 years old. So that's kind of crazy to think about. Everybody, I know what you all are thinking. Why didn't you replace the CMOS battery? Well, I'm out of CMOS batteries. So, yeah, unfortunately, I've got to purchase some more of those. Thought I had some more, but I guess I used my last one. So, yes, I will get a hold of a CMOS battery. And then we'll do a more thorough cleaning. You're probably thinking, man, you really didn't clean that thing that well. I just wanted to get some of the junk out of there. Just as a, because I didn't know if this thing was going to work or not. Once we know that we can get the floppy drive working, or get a floppy drive working, and get a hard drive working inside of it, probably, honestly, the way the hard drive's going to go, I don't think I have a plan for the hard drive, because I really don't understand how the hard drive honestly goes in there. I mean, maybe I'll look up some diagrams and some stuff and some pictures and see if it has a caddy or if it doesn't. There's only one way to find it. It'd be really nice if it didn't have a caddy and I can just pop the drive in and like maybe push it in. It kind of looks like it would do that inside. We're pretty much good to go. I actually have a couple, maybe 10 gigabyte hard drives, I think, that IDE might work for that. Everybody, I want to say thank you so much for watching. And if you really like this kind of retro content, and you want to see the Dell Dimension L1000R succeed and get an operating system installed on it, please press that subscribe button and press the bell for notifications. Everyone, as always, I will see you in the next one.